Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Mike Ferris, and in this painting lesson we're going to do this sunset piece here. So all the colors and tools and materials are down in the description box below, and I also have the traceable image for this that you can get over on Patreon. So let's get started. So I'm starting off, I have an 8x10 pre-stretched canvas, and I only drew out just the basic lines where I want the colors for the sunset to generally be. And again, you can get this image over on Patreon where I have the traceable images in 8x10 or 11x14. Okay, so now I'm going to start off with my natural round bristle brush in number 10. And you can use whatever brush you want, but with these frayed out bristles like this is going to help to blend some colors together and give a nice gradient and show this darker to lighter going on. So I've got Phthalo Blue, Cad Orange, Cad Yellow, Magenta Red, Raw Umber, and some permanent black and titanium white, and also some violet right here that I'm going to mix just a little into some Phthalo Blue. This is going to be my upper sky color, and I'm just going to lay this in with that. So I like this fuzzy line right here that I get with this natural round bristle brush. This is what's going to really help to blend together with other colors. Okay, so just wiping that out, and now I'm just going to get with a clean brush now some Cad Orange and mostly Cad Yellow. And now just a touch of this raw umber. This is to dull it down. I want this really light, dull cream color. And see, just a little bit of orange, a little bit more white to that. And with this, I'll go ahead and scrub this in. Okay, now I'm just going to take some Phthalo Blue now and just a little permanent black to that. And now some titanium white. And I want to add just a little touch of raw umber to that. So this makes this Payne's Gray a little dulled down a bit. And now just a little bit more white to bring that up. So this is going to be just another base coat in here. And we'll adjust these colors in a little bit, but just for now, just getting the general color where it goes. Okay, with a clean brush now, I'm just going to get magenta and some of this Cad Orange involved. And with this orangey red color, I will base coat in down below where the sunset is going to be glowing and zinging. Okay, now I'm going to my 3/4 inch angle brush here, and with some black and some raw umber together, I'm going to go in, and I like this angle brush because with that tip, I can make this nice precise straight line here for the horizon. This is going to be our land and ocean line here. So I'll just fill in with the rest of this color with that, and this angle brush I'll actually use to do the palms when they come up. I'll show you guys how I do that. So I'm just leaving some open areas for now. I'm just going to kind of get the lay of the land and show where I want some of this orange to be involved. So now I'm just going to give it a quick dry on medium heat. And let's go back over, and this time I've got my number 12 natural bristle brush flat brush here. Even though it's flat, it does have frayed out edges there, so I can still blend. So now I'm just going to get that violet and Phthalo Blue mixture, and here we go again. Just going to go with another base coat and brighten and deepen everything I just did. So now with a clean brush, just going to get that yellow, touch of orange, a little bit of raw umber into there, and now some white for this very dull creamy yellow color. And let's go back in now and fill this in right here. And so I kind of went too far, but that's okay. I covered over this guy here, but I'll just knock that back in just a moment and you'll see. Okay, going back into raw umber and some permanent black and a little bit of titanium white, and warming it up just a hair with some of that creamy yellow color there. And I want to go back in and reestablish this very dull Payne's Gray with a hint of yellow in it. And just like that, I can knock anything back and reestablish anything. Okay, and just getting some of that orange and some of that red together, and mostly orange. And down here, I just want to put that into some of these open spots. And I'm actually going to cover this up and put some more orange on top of dark. But for now, just going to scratch that in and not really worried too much about it. Okay, so I've got my number 4 fan brush now, and this is going to really help to make some wispy, windy looking clouds. And so I'm going to take some titanium white, and I'm just going to sort of twirl it and flick it around like so. This is going to give that indication that wind has been howling on these all day, and now they're coming in for the sunset, looking all wisp out and everything. So you can really do these however you want to do these. This is just a method I like to use, and the fan brush really gets it done with this type of look to the cloud. So as paint runs off the brush, you can see that it has dimension when it has that more fuller white that I started with, and then it blends out. And you can even brush it out like so and do these little things. So any way you want to do these, just anything you don't like, just take that blue color and knock back anything you don't want to see, or use it to define your cloud if it's too big or too fat somewhere. So just kind of play around with this, and this is super freestyle. There's no right or wrong. These are clouds, and see what you can do with that fan brush. Okay, so going into that creamy yellow color now, and I want to get some of that up into here. And by going outside of that yellow line color where I had originally placed it, this is going to really blend together and bring this picture together. And again, just dancing that around, flicking it here and there, and it's just giving that wispy look to it. Okay, switching brushes now to my number 4 natural round bristle brush. I've got some Cad Orange, a little bit of that cream color, and a touch of raw umber into that. And I want to go in here, and I got very little paint on the brush and no water, so this is a dry scrub method. And all that means is I'm just basically just scrubbing this in, kind of like you're seeing here. And it's just a, very light coat of paint, so it's really just for shadows in the clouds. But this really makes them pop and brings out some more shadow and dimension in them. Okay, so now I'm just going to pick up some more Cad Orange into that same color, no cleaning yet. And I kind of want to put that color out here just a little bit. Okay, no cleaning, and some Cad Orange now, and some raw umber into that. And let's take this dark brown orangey color here, and let's scratch in right here. And again, these are clouds. Like I said, you can do this however you want. This is just a really good way to come over these lines where these colors come together, and you can really just bring this together and use these clouds to really enhance the blending and just how the sky would come together like it does. So just going to take some magenta now without cleaning, and let's warm that up just a little bit and put that right here. So just starting to build my skyline here a little bit where the sunset's going to be. Okay, a little bit more red, and that changes it up a little bit more, and that adds a little bit more interest to it. So just kind of have these colors bouncing around, scratching them in here and there, some darks, some warms, some lights, and just dry brushing for now. That really helps this round brush to really make these cloud effects. So now let's get some more phthalo blue and that violet involved. That's our dark sky color. And I just want to go up here and knock back some of this white and go over some of it very lightly. Again, this is dry brushing. I'm still using that number 4 round natural bristle brush. And as you can see, it settles down some of these. And now just a quick dry on medium heat. Okay, with a clean number 4 natural round bristle brush, I am going in just plain titanium white. And I don't want to cover everything up, of course. I want to let those other values play through because that really enhances the depth and dimension of the clouds. So with these bright highlights here and there, I'm just going to apply those in some places. And when the paint runs off the brush, I can use that to drag down some lines like you see there, and now more white. And just hitting it here and there, and that really makes them pop a little bit more. Okay, and with my round brush, I can take a little titanium white and just lightly scrub over some of this, and I can really enhance that wispy look to it. So whatever brush you're comfortable with, you can use anything. These are just some methods on making some clouds. So now I'm just going to go into some of that yellow and a touch of orange with just a hint of raw umber into it. And it's mostly orange, so you can see this nice glow that this adds to the clouds up here, and this is going to really enhance the sunset and the overall glow happening through these clouds. Okay, now I'm going to take my number 2 flat brush now, and mostly yellow with a touch of orange to that. And with that, I'm just going to start dancing this in down here where our sunset is going to be happening. So this isn't the sun yet, this is just the glow from the sun that's going to start with. And I don't want to be in a hurry to put titanium white for bright all at once, because then I'll lose that glow effect. But I just kind of want to take and dust that out and blend that out into those other values. So now I'm just taking some red and orange, and I just kind of want to knock back some of this and also blend over some of it, and this really helps to blend these together a little bit more. Okay, now I want to take some Cad Yellow and mostly titanium white. I did not clean my brush yet, so there is just a hint of some of that orange. So just going to hit some of these upper highlights in these clouds here. That really shows more zing in the sunset once we get it all in. And a little bit of silhouette and highlight on some of these clouds here. I'll just dance this around, and I'll go these little highlights up here. That's really going to enhance some of the pop and some of the details of these lower clouds. Okay, now I'm just picking up more titanium white now, and again, not cleaning my brush just yet. I don't want pure white. And right now, just building up this glow, so here and there, but not everywhere. Just going to dance this brighter value in. And I just kind of want to dust it out and fade it out. And again, you can always take a value of color and cover something up if you don't like it. So don't be afraid to go for it. And if you put too much paint on your brush, then again, just let it dry and then come back over it and cover what you don't like. So now I'm just going to get some reddish orange color now, and see, I can knock that back a little bit and settle this down. And you can really do anything you want with this. So now I'm just going to take Cad Yellow, and I want to start applying this. This is really going to help this glow pop and really enhance the shine of the sunset. So let's just put a little bit of that in now. So again, getting another coat of yellow. So yellow is very transparent, and it takes a few more coats, excuse me, than normal colors, because it's just the way it is with yellow. You just really have to put down more layers. So the more times I do, as you can see, the more vibrant and the more it shows up. And you really just have to be patient and build it up a little bit. So now getting some Cad Orange and some raw umber together. And with this dark orangey brown color, I just kind of want to go in and hit some more cloud areas. Okay, so I'm going to get some Cad Yellow now, a little Cad Orange, and just a touch of raw umber just to dull that down a bit, and some titanium white, and a little bit of Magenta Red. So just kind of a mix, sort of a muted color, and some white just to bring it up a little bit more. And I just kind of want to go over some of these clouds a little bit, and just naturally sort of bring this picture together a little bit more using this color. Okay, most of that color off my brush, just getting titanium white, and right down here, and I will just put this nice little striking sort of silhouetted highlight right here. Okay, with a clean number 2 flat brush now and another coat of just Cad Yellow, let's go back in, and again, I want to put another coat and enhance the glow and bring this up some more. Okay, with a clean number 2 flat and some raw umber and phthalo blue and titanium white, and just a touch of this yellow to warm it up just a hair. Let's go back in. This is going to be a little bit different value, a little bit more yellow to warm that up, and some more titanium white. So a little bit more of a warmer, brighter color here. I just wanted to make this a little bit brighter, and that enhances more of the sunset, and it makes it more natural and brings it together a lot more. Okay, now I'm just going back into some Cad Yellow and some titanium white. I want to really bring this up and make this brighter. So when it comes to yellow, like I said, because it's so transparent, I thought a quick dry on medium heat would help. And on top of this dry coat now, as you can see, I can put down just pure Cad Yellow and it shows up very nice. And that is a great coat there, very vibrant. So where I want it the heaviest first and as paint runs off the brush, I'm going to dance that up and fade that over everything else. Okay, so with most of that color off my brush and just titanium white, I want to go in here and enhance some of these highlights. All right, let's go back into some Cad Yellow, clean brush, and once again, let's build up another layer on this. Okay, no cleaning, and now I'm going to take Magenta Red with a touch of raw umber into that and a little bit more Cad Orange. And so with this darker value now, I want to dance this in just here and there with my number 2 flat brush and go across this sun glow here. And this is going to really help to pop out some of these clouds that are silhouetted in the sunlight. Okay, so with just titanium white now, I'm going to hit the center here, and I'm just going to dance that in and dust that out. Okay, now with a clean brush now and just pure titanium white, again hitting it where I want it the brightest, and just dusting it out. And this really lights us up. Now we can see this glow starting to happen and this shine starting to take place. And while I'm at it, I'm going to hit this nice bright lining of this cloud right here with this. Now I'm just going to take some Cad Yellow and mostly titanium white to that, and I want to enhance the glow and just sort of dust this out on the outside of this glowing sunset deal here and dance that in just randomly and let some of that dark show through, and I'll hit some of that cloud to the right there. Okay, and with a clean brush again, just pure titanium white, and let's re-brighten this up again. Okay, and with just a teeny bit of titanium white, I just want to go again on the outside and just lightly scratch this in. And that really enhances this glow and that shine, as you can see there. So now just pure titanium white again, clean number 2 flat, and let's just strike some highlights. Okay, so now I'm just going to take some Magenta Red with some titanium white and a little bit of this orange and yellow together. So it's kind of this sort of orangey peachy color here, and just a teeny bit of paint on the brush. I mean, just barely any. As you can see, I'm dry brushing it with my number 2 flat brush here, and I just kind of want to throw this pinkish glow and enhance some of the shine on this. Okay, now I'm going to change gears and go back to black and raw umber, and I'm just going to end up covering all this up and just kind of fixing my horizon line a little bit there. So just gonna cover and basically block the rest of this in. Okay, I'll let that dry for a minute with my number 2 flat and clean with just titanium white. I'm going to go back up here and just hit some of these really bright areas of these clouds, and this is going to help to really pop these a little bit more, and it brings out some more 3D effects. See, I didn't cover up all that faded stuff past that, or I'd lose that wispy effect. So just here and there, but not everywhere, as the motto goes. Okay, and with more titanium white with that color left, let's go and enhance some of these highlights again. Okay, more titanium white, and again, just brightening up some highlights and striking it here and there. Okay, so I've got my number 4 fan brush again, and this time I did get it wet, and it's got all those frayed out little points on it. So I'm gonna just get Cad Orange on there and just dip the tips in. I don't wanna have the brush come together because I'm just gonna tap like this, and all those little points on this fan brush are gonna give me the indication of water and how the light is striking it. So as you can see, just going back and forth and just touching very lightly, and I'm not brushing. If I brush, then I'll lose those effects of the water and the light hitting it. So just gonna go down, and as paint runs off the brush, it's gonna get lighter and more faded off, and it's gonna help to really show the light fading off into the darkness a little bit. And while I'm at it, I'm also going to show where the water comes up onto the shore and just paint this line back in. Okay, and no cleaning, I'm just dipping the tips into titanium white now, and right underneath the sunset here, I'm just gonna start smaller and get bigger as it comes closer to the shore to give that distance effect to it. So again, just tapping, and it looks like little sun sparkles hitting the water. Okay, and again, going back to titanium white and going in and doing the same thing. Okay, another quick dry on medium heat here, and as you can see, I traced out with wax transfer paper and my stylus here these palm indications. So again, the traceable image is over on Patreon if you wanted to use that, or you can just freehand along with me, whichever you'd prefer. So I've got my 1/4" angle brush now, and this is perfect for doing palms with that little point there. And I'm gonna be hashing through like so, and this is gonna really give some nice details and some palm leaves indications. So let's go into black now and a little mix of raw umber, and just like this, I can just hash with the edge of that angle brush like so. And it's important to have some water on this brush, so that wasn't quite enough, so I put a little bit more water on, and you'll see the difference here. So as you can see, the line's a little bit more crisp now, and this really helps to build volume and makes that silhouette just a little bit more dramatic and pop that much more. So just gonna go out again, like I said, and using the edge and the tip of that fan brush, or not the fan brush, the angle brush, you can see I'm just hashing in and doing these palm leaf indications. So you can really do these however you want. Now I will say with this, I would be careful on how much you want to do this or how you do this. That's why I like to lay mine out first, because this is a dark value over that nice sunset we just did. So If you do end up making a mistake, you kind of have to live with it unless you want to spend a lot of time covering that back up and matching your sunset and getting it all where you can't tell. That'll be a little bit tougher with that. So in this case, it might be a happy accident. If that does end up happening, you will have to maybe find a way to live with something if it's, you know, too much of something. But do your best and just go for it. Don't hold back. Don't be nervous. And it's really simple. You just, like I said, use the edge, and this really gives some nice indications of these palms. Okay, same value, same brush. Let's get this trunk for this one here and some small plant stuff far away. And also right here with the water, I kind of want to show some land feature and some lay of the land and knock back some of that water like so. This is kind of like maybe a little cove where some low tide stuff is happening in the evening here. And then in the distance, there's going to be a pair of clustered together palms like so. Okay, and again, that same value, and making sure I have enough water on my angle brush, and look how crisp those lines are as I hash away like so. Okay, so here's a perfect example of a happy accident. So I wanted to make this one palm, but I decided I'm going to make it two because I put too much palm involved for just one palm. So that's fine because that looks two together silhouetted, and that came out just fine, so I went with it. Okay, so now I'm just going to go in and again, one more time, take some more titanium white, and I want to really brighten up this shine on the water. Okay, so now I'm going to take our sky color of violet and phthalo blue with my number 2 flat, and I just kind of want to go in here and make the sky pop just a little bit more. So I thought I would go in and show some more holes against some of this light down here where this yellow is, and that really enhances some of the pop effect and gives a little bit more detail. So whatever you want to do, this is your painting, and you do to your liking what you want to do to it. Okay, so gonna sign this piece right here with lots of water and my script liner in titanium white, and I want to thank you guys so much for joining me and following along. And don't forget to subscribe for more video lessons I'll be putting out on a weekly basis. And give this one a shot. This is a really nice piece. You can knock anything back anytime and make this however, and it's super simple, and the more times you try and attempt to cover and get it right, it will just turn out eventually, and it will come out very nice. It's a very nice eye-popping piece. So let me hear your questions and comments down below if you have them, and also don't forget to post on my like page down below at the Acrylic Asylum. It's in the link in the description, and there you can post your results of tutorials that you follow with me, and I'd love to see your work. So with that said, until next time, happy painting, everyone.